Since 2019, I have been working on this planner and it's finally done. I haven't been working consistently on it, but I have been working consistently on it since June. And I will explain what it is about, why it's so awesome. So, first of all, it is designed to be 1 month at a time. So, there's 4 weeks in every planner. That is because I want it to be manageable. I want it to be something you can carry with you. I want it to be something that's small enough so that it's not overwhelming. I have so many other planners. Let me see here. Here's one. This is a great planner, but it's gigantic and it's just, there's so many things in it and it's just overwhelming. Also, there's no room for notes in it. How do you even know what you've done? This was inspired largely by Richard Branson saying that he carries a notebook everywhere and that he writes stuff down. I thought, well, if it works for Richard Branson, it probably will work for me too. I designed it with a dream board, vision board theme on the outside with dogs, photography, airplanes, coffee cups in Paris. It opens, our story opens with a roadmap. I have been a big believer in writing down your goals. However, in the last several years, like since the pandemic, really, a lot of my goals took an abrupt left turn. It has been really hard for me, honestly, to set goals with any feeling of confidence. Because of that, I decided to change my goal setting method. I think of it more as a thought exercise of where I want to be sometime in the future. I walk you through it here in this little section, and then you can either write or draw, as I have done, what you want 5 years in the future. And you describe it here with words or pictures and how does it feel? And then in 5 years, what's happening on your way towards that vision? And then in 3 years, what's a milestone that you could see on your way there? You can see that I have drawn a picture of myself writing in a place with a lot of people with amazing focus. Because to me, that's something that I would love to do on my way there. Then it goes to the in 1 year, what is a milestone that could get you towards that 3 year vision? And then in 6 months, what's a milestone that can get you to that 1 year vision? And then with that in mind, we go on to the month plan. The things that are in here are all oriented towards getting you towards that 6 month plan. And the reason is because, sure, the 5 year vision may never be where you want to go. You may abandon it for a different goal. But if you are on the path there, then you can decide you'll be on a path somewhere and it'll be somewhere that has inspired you. So you lose nothing, right? There's different areas of those vision for my health, for my fiscal well being, for my joy, and how does it feel that I'm making progress towards my bigger vision? And I said very exciting. And then in very light letters, you can see, and also scary. One word I'd like to focus on this month is experiment. And that's what this video is actually, an experiment. And then it goes on to the week plans. Every week starts with a quote. Here's the week by week plan. To achieve this month's milestone, what could I commit to accomplishing this week? And then this week's 3 by 3, 3 people to connect, 3 people I'll verbally appreciate because that's important. And 3 times I will get outside. And then time with the most important pet or people. It's so important that you schedule this, otherwise, life gets away from you. And then inspiring place I'll visit this coming week. This week's intention for my health, I'm drinking so much water. For my fiscal well being, promos and Start Academy. For my joy, and I can't even read that. And then 3 things I need to do. These are the most important things of the week. And my leap of faith. I believe that if you do one thing that's a leap of faith every single week, that you'll get lucky. These leaps of faith have outsized results that you could not predict. This is the way that you can do for the universe to line itself up in your favor. And then the week ahead, I have the week ahead here. Now, there's a concept called eating the frog. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day, says Mark Twain. That is true. This concept is doing the least pleasant thing that you can do. I believe that Monday and Friday, we should each schedule something that's unpleasant that we've been putting off. I put that on my calendar and I know I will do it. Often I even write it in advance on the day that it's supposed to be because I want to make sure that I don't forget. Things nag in the back of your head all the time. If you know you need to do them and you're not doing them, they have a way of nagging at you, right? I wanted to be able to put that thing in a box and say, okay, I'm going to deal with that later, but not right now. If you're driving to work and you suddenly find yourself ruminating on it, obsessing about it, you think, you know what? That's Friday, Danielle's problem because you're going to handle it. And then also, it's really important that you do handle it on those days because keeping promises to yourself is important. Now, the day itself is undated, so you can pick what day it is here. It does say what day of the week it is, Sunday on this one. Dopamine's important, especially if you're trying to stick with a habit. Having this little, I know what day it is. I know it sounds small. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it will give you that little burst of dopamine. Similarly, I have a checklist here. These are things that I have found to be incredibly useful. So the checklist starts with a very low hanging fruit. Smile and recognize that you're awake. Okay. Nothing boosts dopamine like being able to check that one off, especially if you literally smile. Because if you go, I am awake, that's right. That's a good way to start your day, right? Okay. It goes on to review the week's plan because it's always important to go back and see what you're supposed to be doing. Look at your future vision. What's one small thing that you can complete towards that vision? You've already done that here. And you can look at that and you can see what progress you can make towards that vision. Big stretch. Hooray, body. It doesn't have to be a big major stretch. It could just be a little, yes, I am a body. 20-minute meditation. I find that this is helpful. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Insight Timer has a lot of great guided meditations, and I recommend it, even if you don't want to sit silently. 20 minutes of informative reading, vision the blessings that this day will bring. I know we don't take a lot of time first thing in the morning to go, yeah, this is going to be an amazing day. People are going to talk to me. The best people that I know are going to reach out to me and I'm going to reach out to them and it's going to be amazing. Walk outside for a bit, affirmations, prayer and listening, and then pills because I don't know about you, but if I don't remember to take my pills, I'm not feeling really great that day. I don't fill out every single one of these checklist items every single day. Let me find one. Oh, here we go. I haven't even hardly done any of them. But that's okay. That's actually by design. These are ambitious lists. You're not supposed to fill them all out. You're just supposed to do the best that you can. And the best that you can is rarely going to be perfect. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The water situation, you can check your water by checking off the waters. Today's intention, I commit to doing this towards my big vision on this day. The thing that I committed to do, this was the 8th of December, thinking about it. Okay. Today's big three: clean my office, record a video of the planner, fill out the vision for this month. And also, I have a space for you to draw something. You can see that I am not a terrific artist. I am not a Bob Ross. I am not a Thomas Kincaid. I am a terrible artist, but it's really satisfying to just put lines on paper. It's okay if it's not. This is just for you. And then also, mood tracker. You'll see why later. But there's a lot here. God Almighty, this bullshit, and arg, and oh no, and I got this, and finger guns, and heck yeah. Here's the times ahead. This is basically your schedule that you can write down. I often open my calendar app and just sketch down the things that I'm going to do. And then there's a quote on every single day. And then over here on this page is the notes, right? So this is notes and then takeaways. Unfortunately, I don't have a really great example of this in action because it's been a weird month. But ordinarily in meetings, I take a lot of notes. Again, the Richard Branson thing, he writes down everything that happens. I write takeaways over here so that I can review them at the end of the week and make sure that I did all the things that I was supposed to do. And then at the end of every day, there's a little space for gratitude. Today, I'm grateful for one for every single day, of course. And then the week in review. This may feel like a lot. I promise it doesn't take more than 15 minutes and it's worth it. Okay, so again, you fill out, pick the days of the week that was. Hooray, dopamine. One word to describe the week. That week was productive. Cool, right? Gratitude for the people or person closest to me. What inspired me? And can you believe this? This week, nothing truly inspired me, and it was okay to be honest about that because some weeks are just meh, right? And I do feel inspired from time to time. I should probably write that down. I don't know. When I was in the headspace of writing this, I was not feeling it. Okay, how was it? How was my health? How was my physical well being? How was my joy? How did I do on the big three, right? So you have the first one, and then it's a percentage done. And then how did I do on the leap of faith, right? And then over here, 3 wins of the week. What worked? So if I'm giving myself 3 wins of the week, I can say, hey, this worked towards those wins. What can I let go of? And I know that this is hard because we all want to do everything perfectly 100% of the time. But I think that the act of deciding intentionally to let something go is important. Case in point, I can let go of the idea that I need to be perfect to post videos. I'll get better. Okay. I just had to let go of the fact that I was going to be perfect and I will be okay with the idea that they're going to be disappointing. It's true. What's important that I didn't get done? How can I improve the system? Because the thing is, I want you to understand that if you didn't do the thing, it's not a failure of you, it's a failure of the system. It is a failure of many of the systems of our lives because these are the things that don't even register as decisions, right? This is not oh, I'm going to write down this thing and then it's going to be all fixed and perfect forever. This is a thing where I have written down the same thing over and over again. I eventually go, okay, I'm going to get serious about setting aside time to focus on this. Now, here's the part where the mood and the checklist comes into play. Go through this and tally how many times you did each of the checklist items, right? And then you'll circle how you felt on those days. And then you can see, what did it tell you? Can you draw any conclusions? In this particular case, no, not much really. But I can tell you that, let's see here, where am I? I am over here. I will tell you that when I was doing my week behind from last week, I found that I was not feeling great. And I didn't really remember it when I was doing my week in review. But you can see I wasn't feeling my best. In fact, I even had one God Almighty this bullshit day. What I didn't do was I didn't do any meditation and I didn't do any informative reading. I only did 2 days of big stretch, even though you saw how big a stretch that is. It's not even a real big stretch. It's not like 20 minutes of stretching or anything. It's just one time of moving my body. Review the week's plan. I did it twice. Okay. So we can look at this prayer and listening once, affirmations twice. I look at this and I go, last week was rough, right? I didn't get to do many of the things that are important for my self care, and I paid the price. That's important because if I know that this coming week, I'm going to be extra committed to making sure that I check off those items. So far, it's been pretty good this week. I use these little tabs. You can get these on Amazon. They're terrific. I find they're really helpful for just going quickly to a week, a page, the month's plan, etc. As you can see, this is kind of beat up. That's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Then there's thought exercises. If you are not a journaling person, this is a great thought starter. Then we've got the journal. I used to always keep separate journals. I decided it was actually just best if I just keep the journal right here in this planner because then I've always got it with me. Then there's also a place for notes and brainstorms. Then I have something from my friend Molly, which is Secrets to Nipping Rumination in the Bud. tips on how to stop from ruminating because that is so bad for your mental health. And it's really important to take care of your mental health. I hope you enjoy this planner. It is super fun, super easy to use. It's not super expensive. There's a lot of planners out there that are $30, $40. This isn't that. I think it'll really help you. Happy planning.